What's up here, Prince Sports? Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, okay? I want to talk about the GOAT, the greatest of all time, Michael Jeffrey Jordan, right? Now, a lot of you guys say, well, when you talk about Mike, all you talk about is 6 scoring titles. You never talk about his individual dominance. Silly, we do, all right? Prime for prime, Mike is one of the greatest basketball players of all time, if not the greatest basketball player of all time, all right? And I'm going to give you 14 records that he has that no other player in NBA history has. All right, we're going to drop some facts and knowledge on this. So let's get started. Number 1, 10 scoring titles. Michael Jordan has 10 of those bad boys. Wilt Chamberlain is a mere second with 7 scoring titles. No other player in NBA history has that. All right. LeBron has 1. Kobe Bryant has 2 to 3. Kevin Durant has 4. Nobody has dominated scoring like Michael Jordan in his prime for prime, with those 10 scoring titles. Now, another record he actually holds is most points per game, while being the leading scorer in the NBA. Jordan averaged 30.1 points per game, while leading the lead in scoring, okay? And he's the only shooting guard in NBA history to average 30-plus points a game and shoot 50% from the field. No other shooting guard has done that, period, okay? So that shows you how incredibly hard that is to do, to shoot 50% from the field and be a shooting guard. Mike did it the hard way, okay? Now, in the playoffs, Michael Jordan also holds another record. Most points per game in the playoffs. Jordan averaged 33.4 points in the playoffs. Every time he went to the playoffs, whether he won or lost, he was still always the best player on the floor. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, in the 80s, he lost. Okay, yeah, but keep this in mind. Whenever LeBron lost, you still say he was the best player in the world. And LeBron did a lot of that. Okay, so keep this in mind. Any player, even Larry Bird would tell you, Michael Jordan was God in basketball shoes, okay? Because he know on both ends of the floor, the best individual basketball player in that series was Michael Jordan. And against the Detroit Pistons, the best individual player on the floor was Michael Jordan. The numbers don't lie, all right? He dominated every playoff series that he's been in except one, which in 1985, Jordan was outscored by 2 points, okay? That's by Terry Cummings. Terry Cummings was averaging 29.1 points a game. He's the only player to outscore or outplay Michael Jordan, okay? And it's only by 2 points. Now, another record Michael Jordan has that no other player has, 1993 NBA Finals. Jordan averaged 41 points a game, okay? 41.0 to be exact, while shooting 51% from the field. No player in NBA history has done that. Jordan holds the finals record for that, okay? Jordan also holds the finals record for most 50-point games in the playoffs, with 8 of them. Most 40-point games in the playoffs, 38. Okay, guys like Kobe and LeBron don't even come close to having as much 40-point games in the playoffs as Michael Jordan did, all right? Facts are facts, all right? So now, let's get down to a little more points that Jordan has that nobody else have. All right, player efficiency rating, PER. Jordan's at 27.91. That's number 1. Number 2, right behind him, is LeBron James, 27.50. All right, but LeBron James still won't catch up to Mike, especially in his 17th season. So that record by Mike is most likely going to stay the same, and it's going to stay at that level. Okay. Now, let's talk about individual player dominance, okay? Prime for prime. Jordan has 11 accolades in terms of that. LeBron James has 7. Most likely he won't be getting no more, all right? So Jordan still has more accolades than most superstars in modern NBA history, okay? Now, let's talk about something else. Another point that Michael Jordan has that no other player has done in NBA history. Jordan's the only player in NBA history, I repeat, NBA history, to have 3,000 points, 100 blocks, 200 steals in a single season, okay? The closest guy to that is Hakeem Olajuwon in 1994. And Scottie Pippen came close to that as well. That's the only two players, and surprisingly, that's his own teammate. That's the only two players in NBA history to do that, okay? So that's a record of his own. Now I give you another record that Jordan has that no other player in NBA history has, okay? Jordan has a Defensive Player of the Year, a scoring title, and an MVP in the same exact season. No other player in NBA's history has done that. In the 1987-1988 season, Jordan averaged a monster 35 points per game, shooting 53% from the field, 3.2 steals, 1.6 blocks. Beast mode. Beast mode. Okay? No other player in NBA history has done that. Now, I'm going to hit you up with something else. Another point. I even did some research on this. Jordan played 270 opponents. I'm talking about all the stars, all the all-stars, role players, all these guys, okay? 270 opponents, okay? And out of all those guys, Jordan outplayed 269 of them. The only player to outscore Michael Jordan was Terry Cummings in 1985, all right? And as I told you, he had the most points. He outscored Jordan by 2 points. That was it, okay? Any other basketball player, Jordan has outscored and outplayed, even in a losing effort, okay? That shows you how much of a beast he was, all right? Now, here's another. I'm going to hit you up with some more facts, all right? In the NBA Finals, the biggest stage there is, Michael Jordan never, I repeat, never, ever scored less than 20 points a game, okay? Kobe did that for a series. LeBron James did that for a series, okay? LeBron James even got shut down by Jason Terry in 2011. You know, Kobe with his younger years with Shaq was averaging, the first NBA Finals, averaged less than 20 points a game, okay? Only time Michael Jordan averaged less than 20, or close to that, was 22 points he had in 1996 in 2 games. That was it, okay? But that's still not less than 20. Jordan always had 20 or more points in the NBA Finals. So he brought his A game every time in the NBA Finals. Now, another record Jordan has. At age 35, Jordan was first team all defense. I repeat, at age 35, Jordan was first team all defense. LeBron James is age 35 now, and his defensive ability has already declined, and he's not first team all defense, but Jordan was, okay? Jordan was NBA All-Star MVP. He was NBA champion and Finals MVP, okay? All at the age of 35, while averaging 28.4 points a game, okay? Which is extremely hard for a 35-year-old basketball player to do. Now, those are the top 14 things that Jordan has that no other player in NBA history has, okay? So you're going to put some respect on Mike's name, because when it comes to individual prime-for-prime player dominance, not only does Jordan have better team success, he also has better individual player success, okay? And Jordan was always the number one. He was never a number two. He was never somebody's sidekick, okay? And he did this, remind you, he did this with the least help, okay? He won all his championships with the least help compared to any other superstar that had multiple All-Stars, okay? Right? It was Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Kobe Bryant, Shaq, LeBron James. They all had multiple All-Stars, or at least a top 10 or a top 5 player playing with them. Jordan did not have that, okay? As a matter of fact, his first championship Jordan won in 1991, he was the only declared All-Star on it. It's another defeat that LeBron James has never held, okay? LeBron James won all his championships with 2 or more All-Stars, okay? That's just facts. And I'm going to put a little icing on the cake for you guys before I go. Washington Wizards Michael Jordan, oldest basketball player to score 50 points in a game. This guy old as dirt and dropped 50 on you guys, on Young Bucks. 50 at age 40. Man, Michael Jordan is also the oldest basketball player to score 40 points. Okay, now, just imagine what prime young Michael Jordan would do, aka the GOAT, greatest basketball player of all time.